fantasy violence sure does feel great. But life is more than just pew pew, you know? There is more to Final Fantasy XIV than questing, dungeons, trials, and then more questing. It can burn you out, especially if you're binging on 10 years worth of content. Or maybe you're a veteran player looking for something new to do until the next expansion. You've been the hero of Eorzea for too long. It's time to take a step back and relax. Final Fantasy XIV doesn't really tell you what to do when you're not saving the world. But don't worry, I will. I'll tell you what to do. I like bossing people around. Hey, it's AvyCat, and this video is for you. Why? Because you clicked on it, dummy. You silly goose. Now you're legally obliged to enjoy it. There are a bunch of casual content available in Final Fantasy XIV, but I'll start with the ones you can do as a low-level player. If you enjoy playing minigames within games, the Manderville Gold Saucer is the perfect place for you. Not only this place is shiny enough to permanently damage your character's eyes, it's also a great place to hang out while you're waiting for your long DPS queues. You'll find a lot of mini activities that tickle your brain scattered around Gold Saucer. Some of these mini activities make me question my hand-eye coordination skills, but that's just me. There are also lotteries and time-sensitive events every 20 minutes, as well as some other additional content you can unlock, which I believe are really underrated. You can get yourself a race chocobo, train it, and then race with your friends. Or if you're more into board games, you can play Doman Mahjong. The rules of this game are a bit tricky, but once you get used to it, it gets really addicting. Gold Saucer is all fun and games, literally. But we don't care about fun. We don't like fun, we spit on fun. We care only about the rewards. And the rewards from this place are amazing. You get rewarded a special currency called MGP by playing these games. And then you can spend all these MGPs at the prize claim for a wide range of rewards. You can get mounts, pets, music scrolls, everything you want. Seriously, just look at it yourself. There's a lot. The level requirement to unlock Gold Saucer is only level 15. So go do that if you haven't done it yet. You'll thank me later. Did you know Final Fantasy XIV is actually a fishing game? I know the main story questline makes you run around, fight monsters, and save the world, but there is only one true reason for your existence. It's to fish. Fishing is one of the 3 gathering jobs you can unlock in Final Fantasy XIV. It gets a bit of a special treatment because it's actually fun and unbelievably addicting. You'll find so many players who are absolutely obsessed with fishing in this game. It might be a bit hard to understand why people love it so much. Oh, you have to give it a try. I was one of them too. I didn't want to get into fishing for so long. I'm not really into gathering in MMORPGs, so I didn't think I would like it. I was so wrong. There's just something satisfying about getting your head empty and fish. Especially the ocean fishing is so fun because you get together with other players for a fishing adventure. You have to work together for the special events and bonuses. We fight together, we fish together. You have to experience it to understand it. You just gotta catch them all. If you haven't started your Beast Tribe quests yet, you should start them immediately. Beast Tribes are not really a required content in 14, so the game doesn't really push you towards it. It's mostly optional. You can learn some nice hidden bits of lore by doing these quests, and the rewards are really rewarding. Wow, these rewards are surely rewarding. Beast Tribe quests are also a great source of experience points. So if you want to level up a job but you don't actually want to play it, let's say the playstyle is not really for you, you're not enjoying the gameplay, you just want to level it up, you are one of those dirty completionists. This is actually a great way of getting experience points. I remember back when I was in Shadowbringers, I got my tanks from level 70 to level 80 just by doing my Beast Tribe dailies. So you could technically level up your jobs without running a single dungeon on them. You'll just have to do it daily because there's a daily limit to it. Do whatever you want to do with this information. Speaking of dirty completionists, another fun thing you can do in 14 is farming older content. Extreme Trials and Savage Raids from the older expansions are very easy to clear when you run them unsynced. You can find people looking for mount farming parties in the party finder. Most of the older fights don't even require 8 people to clear. You can even clear some of them solo if you're daring enough. The mount drop rates are actually really nice too. Unless you're cursed by the RNG gods, of course, there's not much I can do for you. My condolences. Have you ever tried beating your friends with a bat in a video game? It's not a new concept. It's called PvP. Final Fantasy XIV's PvP used to be notorious for being so slow and tedious in the past. But after they updated the PvP system, they somehow turned it into a really enjoyable experience. The PvP abilities flow more naturally now, and the limit breaks are so satisfying. The new PvP maps they added make it more interesting by adding new mechanics to it. If you haven't tried PvPing in Crystalline Conflict yet, you should give it a try. How about about some more PvE, but make it even more casual and more profitable too. Treasure maps in Final Fantasy XIV are great for making some extra cash in 14. The fights are usually casual, not too challenging, and the RNG elements of these instances make it so fun. Everything feels like a dice roll. It's so random and so satisfying. You can unlock treasure hunting at level 36 in Eastern Lanosa. This should give you an ability to decipher time-worn treasure maps. If you have a gatherer leveled, you can find maps in the gathering spots, or you can buy them from the market board if you're lazy like me. You'll end up making more gil than you spent if everyone in your party brings at least one map with them. You can also hunt these treasures by yourself, but the portals require you to form a party. This makes treasure hunting a nice casual activity to do with your friends. But don't worry if you don't have friends, I gotcha. Do I smell a lone wolf here? Musky, I like it. If you're one of those people who refuse to wash off their gamer grease, then you might enjoy the Deep Dungeons. Deep Dungeons are a roguelike game mode in Final Fantasy XIV where every floor is generated randomly each run. The players begin at a reduced level. They grow stronger as they fight their way through each floor. The first few floors are pretty tame and easy to clear, but don't let that deceive you. It gets so challenging as you climb higher. One tiny mistake can ruin everything, so you have to be really careful. You can enter Deep Dungeons by yourself or with a party of up to 4 players. So if you're looking for a challenge, this is your call. Let's say you are really truly done with PvE and PvP. You don't want to commit war crimes anymore, you want to slow down and have some peace. Being the hero of Eorzea is a tiring job. Why don't you take a break and enjoy yourself in your very own island? Island Sanctuary is a non-combat solo gameplay mode which allows players to explore and develop their own island. Imagine like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley if you're familiar with those games. I really truly believe those were the inspiration behind this game mode, though it ended up really different, so it would be wrong to compare them. In this game mode, you can collect resources, grow crops, capture wild animals. You can even decorate your island and let your minions run around freely. I won't lie to you, it does take so much time and patience to reach the maximum level in Island Sanctuary, but the rewards are, you guessed it, very rewarding. If you like casual lifestyle content, then you should give Island Sanctuary a try. Final Fantasy XIV has some nice jump puzzles you can torture yourself with. You can find them pretty much everywhere, you just have to be looking. There is the Bokairo Inn, the Shirogane Lighthouse. The most famous of them is the Kugane Tower jump puzzle. These jump puzzles are optional and they don't really reward you anything other than the sightseeing logs. That doesn't stop the Final Fantasy XIV players from going crazy about them though. I'm personally a jump puzzle hater, I'm terrible at them, they make me want to cry. But I'm secretly jealous of the screenshots people take on top of those towers. It must feel nice to be good at things. Most Final Fantasy XIV players are pretty creative, which can be a curse or a blessing depending on the situation. That's right, it's that part of the video I ramble about roleplay again. Final Fantasy XIV has a huge roleplay community, especially on Crystal Data Center. I know we'll love to joke about the spicy kind of roleplayers. Yep, that kind of roleplayers and venues do exist. But that's not the only kind of roleplay you can find in this game. You can find really nice roleplay friends and free companies to have adventures with if you know where to look. There are even some groups who love to have Final Fantasy XIV inspired tabletop campaigns together. Or if you're looking for something simpler, you can go to one of those roleplay heavy venues and hang out with the other roleplayers in there. If you're new to roleplaying in Final Fantasy XIV, I actually have a really nice guide for beginners. You can check it out after this video if you're curious. I could give you 10 more things you can do in Final Fantasy XIV when you are bored. This game is seriously jam-packed with content, but I want to end this video with the most obvious thing you can do when you are bored from a game. Don't force yourself to log into the game every day if you're not feeling it. Don't burn yourself out. It's okay to take a break, especially in Final Fantasy XIV. The game doesn't even punish you for it. I'll confess, not even I log into Final Fantasy XIV every day these days. I don't want to burn myself out. We are at this tedious waiting period now. We are at the end of an expansion. We're waiting for Dawntrail. I already know I'm gonna spend the whole summer playing Final Fantasy XIV when the new expansion comes out. I want to enjoy other stuff until then. I want to stream more. I want to try out different games. If you're feeling the same, this might be a great time to take a break. Wow, I really made that sound like a breakup speech, didn't I? Well, don't get so excited. You can't get rid of me so easily. I'll be here creating the most cursed content on YouTube still. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more. And let me know in the comment section down below actually. What do you guys do to spend time in Final Fantasy XIV? What are your tips and tricks? I'm curious, I wanna know. And with a special thanks to the channel members who support this channel, thank you so much. I love your guts. And as always, I'll see you in my next video. Stay cozy.